There we go. We are now officially recording. So, well, I've got a minute to go until 7 o'clock. So hopefully we get one or two more people showing up. Actually, two people just left. Maybe they didn't want to be recorded.
That's all right. We know who they are. We know what club they're in. We'll find them.
Oh, you're coming back, hopefully. So welcome, everybody. I'm so glad you all made some time this evening to make this time for our very first community service chair meeting of 2023. This will hopefully become a regular thing, provided everybody here would like it to be a regular thing. Oh, here comes some more people. We'll just yammer on a little bit while people keep coming into the room. I'm going to give everybody a chance to introduce yourselves to each other, because this is kind of a club within a club in a way. Great opportunity for everybody here to have like an ongoing opportunity to network, meet other people, chat with other people who have the same task that you have, and come up with some great ideas. So we've got a few more people coming in. I keep hearing the bongs. So it looks like we may have, 15, 20 people, well, 15, 16 people by the time we're all said and done, which is awesome. Although there are 68 clubs, so it'd be nice if there were more. But people keep coming in. I do want to welcome two special guests this evening onto the call. Melissa Schrock, who's going to be giving us the whole lowdown on what's coming up real soon and how she'd like all of the people in this room to participate, and Dave Alexander, who's always been helpful here and continues to help in this particular category of community service. So we're going to get going. I think just about everybody is here who's going to be here, and respect everybody's time. If other people show up, awesome, they can just pop in as soon as they get going. So for now, I'd like to introduce Melissa Schrock, past district governor, who most of you might or should have met at some point, and our absolute firebrand when it comes to promoting the upcoming district conference. So Melissa, over to you.
All right. Thank you, Phil. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for giving us some of your Rotary Juju time tonight. We appreciate it. I'm super excited about this conference coming up. First and foremost, I was told this stat the other day, and I can't believe it's true. But who attended my district conference in 2018? Anybody on this call? I think a few of you were at that conference. I am shocked to know that that was the last time we had an in-person district conference. Unbelievable. So we are back, and we are in person, and we are online. So we've got a little bit of a hybrid this year. Our kickoff weekend, hopefully most of you have seen all the information going out, is April 15th and 16th. But our big day is the 15th. We're going to be meeting in person at the Niagara County Community College. And we have a full jam-packed day for you guys. And one of the reasons why we wanted to talk tonight is because the day is really focusing around service. It's focusing on international service, community service, and hands-on service. So I am really hoping that the people on the call tonight and the other people that were unable to make it, but hopefully might be watching this video, would be willing to, of course, sign up and come out, but attend a session that we're thinking about putting together about community service. And I can tell you what the international group is doing, and I think it would be a great fit for you guys as well. They're doing a theme, it's called How Do Clubs Do International Service? Come to our international service and networking session and find out. They're basically going to kick off with a little bit of an intro to what it is, why you want to do it, especially if you're a Rotarian. And then they're calling it networking, but what it really is an opportunity for Rotarians to network with other Rotarians, to talk about projects you do, challenges you've had, successes that you've accomplished, workarounds you've come through, anything and everything that you might want to know about how to do a certain kind of project, how to work through a challenge. And we're going to break it down so that you're in smaller groups. and kind of moving through those three groups so that you have an opportunity to meet different Rotarians and hear about different things. In addition to that workshop session, we are bringing back what they used to call the House of Friendship. If you had a project or a fundraiser or something special that you wanted to spotlight, brag about, or try to recruit, another club to help you with, you would put up a table, have a display. We're going to bring that back, but we're calling it the Rotary Showcase because it's really an opportunity for you to showcase and for us that are attending to go ahead and see what else is out there. It's all about, living your life in Rotary, seeing Rotary outside of your club and realizing that there's a bigger world out there of Rotary and what we do. If your club has a project that you think would be a good fit or a fundraiser, you need to reach out to myself. We will give you a table. There is no charge, and it will go from 1 to 4 in the afternoon. And we are also having intentional time. And what I mean by that is, it's great in the past where we've had these people sit out in the hallway and they've got this, table display, and then everybody's in a classroom and nobody gets to come by your booth. We're actually creating intentional time where your job during, this hour and a half time frame is to go visit all the booths and see what's out there and learn a little bit more. So I'm going to pause a moment to ask if anybody has any questions. If I'm not real clear, I know I talk fast, I tend to get excited. So slow my roll for me and tell me if I can help you out real quickly. All right, then I'm going to continue on. So in addition to the international and community, hopefully, workshops that we also have hands-on projects going on that day. We have a project called Lasagna Love, where we are looking for people to come in and help us literally put together 50 pans of lasagna that are then going to families on the Tuscarora Indian Reservation, which is serviced by the school district and the clubs that are hosting our conference for us in that area. We will also be doing another no-sew blanket project, and those blankets are going to be going to a group called Hearts and Hands, which is run by one of our fellow Rotarians, Aaron Carlson. He services an elderly community and felt that that would be a really good fit if we could donate some blankets to some of the members that they service. In addition, we're going to be making handmade cards that we're going to hand out to those same residents. And the theory or reason behind that is, COVID kind of changed the reality for a lot of people, especially the elderly. And they're now more isolated. They're not going out as much anymore. And so, they're becoming shut in. And Aaron said, if we could just make a card that says, hey, we're thinking of you, hope you're having a great day. He said, you have no idea how that lights the world up. So I thought that was a great project. We've got something for every skill set. We will also be circulating hey, here's what you can bring that day, because we have in the past done projects where we put together personal care bags and give those out to needs in our community. We have 2 of those. We have one on each side of the border. We've just recently discovered that the Canadian customs is going to be a bit of a stickler with us physically bringing over the packages back to Canada. So in the conference registration, you have an opportunity to make a donation towards the supplies. And we have someone on the Canadian side that's going to be buying supplies, and then they're going to be doing an independent packaging in Canada, and that will be coming out the week of district conference. They're settling on a day right now because this just happened to us. Otherwise, there's supplies that we will be collecting and donating to the Niagara-Wheatfield school system. They have a closed closet that services need families in their community, and they're running low on the basics: socks, shampoos, deodorants, that kind of thing. So be watching for a list that's going to be coming out of stuff that you can bring. One of our other clubs, the Grand Island Club, is doing a shoe drive, and they are looking for gently used shoes that you can bring that day, and they have a collection barrel. So again, if you've got a project like that going on, that's a great opportunity to host at our Rotary Showcase. What I am very excited to share with you all is the price for this conference is the lowest ever we've ever had. It is $40, people. Now that's US, but still, seriously, come on. $40 US. And on Sunday, we're hosting an in-person event again. We are hosting the Harrison Playmakers. Now, most of you know I'm a huge Bills fan, and Harrison Phillips played for the Buffalo Bills about 2 seasons ago. He now is a Viking, but he is still very much attached to Buffalo and Western New York. He started an organization for kids with disabilities. He has a Rotary background. When he was young, he was in a Rotary mentor program, and it touched his heart. So when I was on his board, he was like, Melissa, whatever we can do to teach these kids to do service above self, he's all about it. So we're going to host those kids and their families at Buffalo Riverworks on Sunday. And those kids, we're going to help them make no-sew blankets that they are going to donate to Oshai Children's Hospital, which is the charity of their choice. In the meantime, this event is open to everybody. It is free. We want you to bring your families down. Now, I tell people, you know, Sunday, fun day, that's football day. But since we're out of football season, it can still be a fun day, but it's a free day. Bring your family down to Riverworks. We have rented out one of the hockey arenas, which will not have ice in it. It will be chock full of backyard games. There's going to be cornhole, Jenga, ladder ball, pickleball, all these things for you to play as a family, good old fashioned day out with the kids, the grandkids, what have you. And we can help these kids do a project in the meantime. Very excited about that. And all of these registrations can be found on the district website. During the week, we're going to be hosting online workshops. We appreciate that not everybody's ready to come out and meet in person. Maybe you don't want to come from Norfolk, Sunrise, although Dave, I know you'll be down there because you want one of these t-shirts, but you know, maybe it's too long of a drive. Maybe you've got something going on. Maybe you don't feel up to it. We've got some online workshops, everything from Zoom yoga to this great session that I can't wait to see that actually David Alexander is going to be hosting. It's called Reimagining Volunteerism. And I can't think of something more relevant for the world we're living in today. And it's basically going to talk about how volunteerism is changing and what that might look like for Rotary and things we might need to consider doing differently if we want to survive and thrive as an organization. So that is definitely it in a nutshell. I could blab on for another hour about this and how excited I am, but I won't do that to y'all. If you've had a chance to visit the district website, go to the events page and click on the district conference weekend. At that page that comes up, you will find flyers for, oh my gosh, I forgot the meat raffle, We are hosting our first ever meat raffle, people, and it's happening Saturday night, right after the conference ends for the day. So from 4 to 5 is happy hour. We got pizza and wings. Come join us, bring your friends, bring your family. Everybody's welcome. Stick around for the meat raffle. Starts at 5, hopefully be done by 8. And all of the money that we raise that day will go to fund our newly started endowment, the Best of Friends District 70990 Endowment Fund. So I'm super excited. If you've never been to a meat raffle, it's a blast. If you're Canadian and you're worried about winning food and bringing it over the border, Lisa and Lionel came to one on our side and they won some prizes. And when they went through, they said, we have some grocery items, including meats, and they went through. Now, somebody the other night said, don't tell them it's chicken. I don't know what the difference is. I'm just saying that's what happened. But there's just a lot going on at that district events website. All of the flyers for the meat raffle, for the service project Saturday, a little bit of a conference overview for the events on Sunday. It's all there in PDF format that you can print out and circulate to your club members. Circulate to your friends, tell your neighbors, tell the mailman, they're welcome to, everybody's welcome. And just plan on joining us in person for the first time since 2018. I can't believe it, guys. Any questions for me? By a shake of your head, show of hands, or like shut your screen off, would you enjoy an opportunity to have a deeper discussion about community service projects, challenges, and you know, ways we can do it better with it and collaborate? I see Julio, you say yes, Patty, yes, Sarah. So this Dave's giving me a thumbs up. That means he's gonna be there for sure. I'm so excited. Then Phil, let me know what we can do to help you plan it. And I've got you on my schedule as having a session, so it's official now. What you meant to say was we're definitely having that. Doesn't that sound like a great idea, everybody?
Yeah.
Any questions? My last request is everybody on this call, my ask is this: could you please go back and share this information with your clubs and really encourage people to come out? In fact, cancel your meeting that week and join us at one of the events, whether it's an online workshop or in person at a service event on Saturday or Sunday. We'd love to see you there. All right. Guys, thank you so much for your time. Phil, anything else for me?
No, it's awesome. Thanks so much for coming out, Melissa. It's been awesome. I think that a lot of the people on this call, and hopefully a lot of the people who see this call online in the video, will decide to come on out. I think it'll be an excellent opportunity for the entire community service chair community to get together and schmooze and meet each other and network with each other and learn from each other. So I think it'll be fantastic.
Perfect. All right, guys, if you need to reach out to me, you know my email, rotarianforever@gmail.com. That's where I'm at. See you all. Have a wonderful meeting.
Thanks,
Thank
Melissa.
you.
Well, I think that's an excellent opportunity, I think, for everyone. Hopefully, a big group of community service chairs do wind up there, and hopefully you're really excited about one of the projects that you're working on, and that you'd like to share that with all the people who are going to be at district conference. So I'm going to start with introductions, and this will hopefully be, by the way, the first of many meetings that we have together as community service chairs and service projects chairs. So one of the things I think that has been lacking over the last few years is the opportunity for people who are like-minded to network in a way that's meaningful. So hopefully this will be helpful for all of you folks, and for more folks as we go, more and more people get involved with this. So I'll start. I'm Phil Shamus. I'm the service projects chair from the district for the District 7090. And I am always available for questions and for help from the district to help you connect with resources that are available both at the district and through Rotary International. So if you ever need help and you can't find the help that you need, by all means, reach out. I'd be glad to be the resource for you. So we'll start at the top corner of my screen. I don't know if it's the top corner of everyone's screen, but I've got Greg from the Rotary Club of Niagara-on-the-Lake. So why don't we start with?
Hi there, how are you? I'm Greg Fedoran. I'm the president of the Rotary Club, Niagara-on-the-Lake. We have a club of 55 members, and we're quite active both in the local community and international, and doing global grants.
Fantastic. Now, before we move on, thank you very much, Greg. Nice to meet you. I want everybody to start thinking about one project that your club has done. Could have been in the last year, could have been in the last 5 years, that you're super excited about, that you want to get people informed about later on during this meeting. So think about that while we're introducing ourselves to each other. Off to Dave Nicol. Oop, Dave, you're on mute.
Sorry about that. I'm Dave Nicol, and I'm chair of the Community Service Committee of our club in Norfolk Sunrise in Simcoe, Ontario. We have about 45 members, of which Lisa Bishop's going to be part of very, very shortly. And I'm very interested to understand what everybody's got. I've got a good example to share, and I'm interested in networking with everybody here. Thank you.
Fantastic. David, I'm sorry I mangled your last name a little bit. Nicole. Michael Harrington.
Good evening. Mike Harrington, president of the Rotary Club of Westfield Mayville. Got 25 members as of the last meeting. I'm seriously considering having a table at the showcase. We have a project that we do every year, like 2,100 Christmas cards. And there's a project we did in February of 22 that I'm particularly interested in sharing with the groups. And we need more participation on that to make it larger. And I apologize, but I have another meeting that starts at 7:30, so I'll have to leave shortly.
All right, well, those will be recorded and you'll have the opportunity to view what goes on this evening. All right, thanks, Michael. Off to Dave Alexander.
Good evening. I'm Dave Alexander. I'm District Governor nominee. My home club is the Rotary Club of Welland. And Phil and I have been talking about this group meeting for the last little while, and I'm so glad it's here. What I would ask of the group at the end of tonight is if you know of your peer in a neighboring club and you don't see them on the call tonight, drop them a line. Just tell them, give them a thumbnail of this and make sure that they get in the loop, because I look forward to this group getting together for the brainstorm and brag sessions in the future. So I think it's an opportunity at the district conference to meet face to face. There's no reason why this group can't meet a couple times a year to share and look at kind of the structural things that need to be worked on between clubs. There's all kinds of opportunities to share and help learn from each other. Thanks.
Thanks, Dave. And Patty Johnson.
Hi. Buffalo Sunrise, past president last year of the club. Our club pretty much doubled in size over the last 2 to 3 years. Kevin Crosby is in our club. Enough said. So one of my goals is, when your club is small, you can be kind of loosey-goosey and get things done. But as you grow, I think you need a little bit more organization. And so I'm in this because I want to understand how to have a really successful committee running. We do a lot of local projects. We've been sort of stymied internationally with the pandemic, but we have a few things. And we do participate in the Niagara River Greenway project, among other things.
Fantastic. Thanks, Patty. On to Lori.
Hi, Lori Albertson. I'm with the Rotary Club of Buffalo, past president also. We just actually started a community service committee. We haven't had one in the past. We used to do like very, very large fundraisers, which we don't do anymore. So we're getting more into community service events. So I'm actually chairing up that. Phil, hopefully you got the information that I'm going to be the chair and not Jerry Kelly. So that I get your information in the future for meetings and stuff like that. So and that's it.
Did you make sure that information was in our club runner?
Probably not, because when Jerry got the email, he just forwarded it to me. So then I sent you an email, but he was still getting stuff. So he sent you an email. So I don't know where we're at as far as all that goes.
Okay, would you be able to drop a note to Penny just to make sure that you're the right person listed? Because when I do produce a communication, it goes out through Club Runner to everybody. So want to make sure that you're included.
Sure, will do.
Great, thanks.
You're welcome.
Sarah Gilbert.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I am with the Jamestown AM Club, and I think it's my first time at one of these meetings. We have a smaller club, like Patty said, where we are a little loosey-goosey, and I actually really like that. We have about 20 members, and Penny is in our club. And I see one of my friends, Ruth, who's in the Noon Jamestown. So I'm glad we're represented here. Looking forward to learning more about opportunities for service and helping the greater community.
Wonderful. Thanks, Sarah. And on to Brenda Jeffries.
Hi, everyone. I'm community service chair for the Waterdown Rotary Club. And I believe we just added about 4 or 5 new members. We introduced a corporate membership, so we've got a couple of extra people. So we've got about 35, I think, altogether. And I'm really looking for ideas to engage some of the new members and get them involved and get their ideas going, because we're quite active with our community service, actually.
Awesome, thanks. Julio.
Hello, sorry about that. My name is Julio Batres Gaviria. I'm the president of the St. Catharines South Rotary Club. I'm here on behalf of my committee chair, June Manning. She's not able to attend. I'm also at City Hall right now, so I have to present soon, so I may have to drop out of the meeting. But I wanted to be here because I think this is very important that we share the different things that we're doing. And I want to hear what everybody else is doing, and I want to stay as long as I can. So
Okay,
I'm looking forward to hear everything.
Awesome. Thanks for being here. John Clinton.
Hi, everybody. I'm John Clinton from the Rotary Club of Hamilton. We have a very active community service, or we have a committee that's called Inner City Youth and Initiatives Committee. This committee looks after all the projects that we are currently engaged in. Two big projects that really apply to this. This is in going on today and tomorrow. We are delivering. We have volunteers going into one of our local elementary schools and delivering an Economics for Success program to the older kids, to grade 7s and 8s. We put a lot of focus in this program. It's partnered with Junior Achievement, which we are a sponsor of. So we get access to all their programs, and they provide the training for our volunteers. We're going in, as I say, yesterday and today, to deliver a program called Economics for Success. This program is really oriented towards keeping kids in school, helping them form some goals as to what they'd like to do with their careers, and showing them the difference that an education can make. Coming up in April, we will be delivering a whole day program where we take them to another site. So they're off the school property, and we'll be delivering a career day for them where they get to hear feature speakers. And we're hoping to help them plan, see some of the things that people are doing with their careers, and make some plans of their own based on what their interests are.
Thanks very much, John. Sounds interesting. Sounds very like it'll be a very useful project in the community too. Very helpful. Ruth, London.
Thank you. Yes, so I'm president-elect of the Rotary Club of Jamestown, and we don't have a community service chair as such. We have chairs of each community service activity. So I'm actually very curious on how the community service chair keeps all these people under one umbrella. So I'm listening. Our president, John, couldn't be here tonight and asked me to attend, but I also think it's really important for going forward because we are a very active club. And I think one of the things I'm most proud of, well, maybe it's just because it's the newest, that a shout out to the AM Club, is we were just we put together a team Rotary for the coldest night of the year here in fundraiser here in Jamestown, and all three of the local Rotaries sent members, and between this we had 24 people walking in the event, which was probably a very significant number. And also we raised about a fifth of the funds. So I was very proud proud that we could do it together. And so not the biggest, but the very successful.
Nice. Sounds wonderful. On to Shafali.
Hi, I am service chair now for the Rotary Club of Amherst South. I have served as the district chair for stewardship, scholarship, Peace Scholarship, Rotary Global Rewards, all of these committees, and I'm helping out the grant committee also for this year. And some of the projects that our club have done, I have to drop out shortly. So some of the projects we have done is school musical sponsorship, where the 50% of the students are below the poverty line at the elementary school, and provide them the outfits and all different equipment and over the years. So we do that on a regular basis. We donate to the food pantries, like 50 grocery bags, 250 pies around Thanksgiving, stuff like that. We have done 700 pairs of socks to homeless and personal care kits to the homeless. These are just a few to name, and we are also doing the project with the district grants. pretty much every year, depending on what project it is. But I feel that as a Rotarian, we donate so much into the Rotary on a club level, international level. This is the way to bring some money back by applying for the grant to your community. So I always like to find projects and matching grants from the district. District has the money, so everybody can take the advantage of that. And that's my 2 cents in. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Shefali. And that's actually one of the things that I'm hoping everybody here can learn about is district grants. And one of the things I found is that few clubs actually use or apply for grants. And by getting together on a regular basis, you can learn from the clubs that have taken advantage of those grants and have used those monies to duplicate what they are doing on their own and more. So we'll have those opportunities as we meet regularly to learn from those club chairs that have been there and done that. Off to Tommy.
I'm Tommy Gerbasi. I'm from the proudly binational Lewiston Niagara-on-the-Lake Rotary Club. We are a massive club of 15, of which 8 people are actually functioning and active. We have community service co-chairs. Some do service on one for Canada, one for the US. And because we're a teeny tiny club, as opposed to you calling yourself little at 20, we're little. How we've succeeded is by doing our projects in partnership with other groups. We're proud to say we partner with the nurses at the maternity unit at St. Mary's to run a hospital, to run a hot dog sale, to raise money, to buy new equipment for the hospital. We paired with some of the people that are involved with dog walking to help clean up a section of the Greenway Trail. One of our favorites, however, is pairing up with and God, my brain is going. Anyway, we've done a lot of paired projects that we're pretty excited about. Paired up with we help with the whole Polio Plus item, the pedal for polio. But basically, we do it in collaboration with other groups, and we're proud to do that. And we're glad to do it. Oh, I forgot the Council on the Arts. Every 4th of July weekend, we have an enormous concert on the Green in Lewiston with crowds come in. And last year we had a Zydeco band and people partied for hours on the Green just to have a good time. But we basically have succeeded through partnership. Because we're a small club and everybody has their business. I'm the official district liaison. I go to all the meetings. I listen to all the stuff. I tell everybody what's going on because they say we only got so much time and we can't deal with all this stuff. So you figure out what's going on and tell us. Every member of the club but one has been to the grant seminar. Everybody has come back and said, this is impossible. We have no talent for this. We have no skills for this. We've attempted to get grants and we've been shot down repeatedly. And we've said, we've only got so much time. Forget it. We're going to do some good in the world with the time we've got, with the talent we've got, and the money we've got. And that's that.
That's awesome. Well, thanks, Tommy. Hopefully you'll find somebody who can mentor you in this group to help get those grants.
Well, you know, I've gone to grant seminars for 14 years. So
right.
I don't know that there's going to be a lot of help coming.
Oh, well, we'll try. Peter.
Yes, hello. I guess my name doesn't show up there, but I'm Peter Inman. I'm Peter Inman from the Rotary Club of Welland. And Phil, thanks for organizing this. I've already got some good information quietly as I'm listening. And so, you know, the big key here is to find, we have lots of asks for projects. The needs are great, and it's just a question of figuring out what will give this the most bang for our buck or most benefit. And I noticed John Clinton has something there going on with the delivering economics for students. I like the idea of self-help and helping people to help themselves. So got some good ideas, and I'm glad that you've organized this, Phil. So thanks very much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Peter, for being here. And Michelle. Oops, sorry, got you right as your coffee came up there.
Michelle Hanley, I'm with the Hamburg Rotary, the PM, and I am the service chair, the fundraiser chair. I'm past president. Our club does, one of our biggest things is Warm the Children, where we clothe about 400 to 450 children every year. That is probably our biggest community service that we do. Well, in about 3 years ago, we took on a project called Farms to Families, and 6 days a week, starting April, May, till probably October, November, our Rotarians and Rotarian helpers deliver produce, fresh produce, to about 17 to 20 of our food banks around the area. We also we do the blankets, the no-sew blankets twice a year, and we donate those to oh, forgive me, at ECMC, palliative care unit at ECMC. So those are three of the things that we do the most. We do a lot of other things also. We have gotten grants. A couple of years ago, I think it was right before COVID, during COVID, we did bike stations throughout the village of Hamburg. And we also partner with the Sunrise Club and Kiwanis and Lions Club, and we do a Burger Fest every year for the summer. So that helps bring the funds in so that we can fund Warm the Children and Farms to Families.
Right. Sounds
And
great.
any other community.
Right, lots of stuff going on there. That's awesome. Thanks so much for sharing that. On to Mike Britton.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Mike Britton. I'm from the Rotary Club of St. Catharines. I took over as the local community services chair just this year. So I'm still learning how that all works, and looking forward to this committee to learn more about that. When I took it over, our local community service committee has really been more of granting for smaller projects. And what I mean by that is we have a major projects committee. So if somebody is going to get a grant of more than 5,000 from our club, it goes there. And we're kind of for the smaller community groups. We usually give grants of about $1,000, $2,000. And our committee's responsibility has been to intake those applications and then choose which ones get the funding and hand them out. So yeah, it's been less about the actual, I guess, hands-on things. However, it was already mentioned the coldest night of the year walk. This year we did organize a team. We got representatives from each of the 3 Rotary clubs in St. Catharines to attend the St. Catharines coldest night of the year, and raised over $1,000 for that. So mostly it's been the granting applications. That's what our committee's responsibility has been, but I'm looking certainly for ideas on how to expand that mandate and look at other projects. So glad to be here.
Well, thank you, Mike. And I think last but not least is Christine. I think we've got Christine there. Maybe not. Okay, well, Christine, if you do pop on, I think your video is off and your audio is off, but if you are there and you pop in, we will be glad to chat with you a little bit later on. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to break us out into a few small groups. And the reason for that is to discuss one of the projects you might have already talked about in your introduction, or another one that you're particularly proud about. And if you can come up with 3 reasons why you feel that project was successful, what it meant to you, what it brought to your club, the kind of maybe public exposure it brought to your club, whatever it was that made you feel that that project was really something that you really enjoyed, that was really meaningful to you guys. So I'm going to just quickly break you out into 4 rooms, and we're going to assign you all automatically. So you'll just wind up in whatever room and have a good chat, because a big reason for this ongoing meeting is to make sure everyone can chat with each other and learn from each other. So here we go. It should be about 10 minutes or so. We'll be back. And here you go.
And I really like it because it involves across all the committees. So youth services also helps with it, and so does membership. Everybody seems to really get involved. And what it is it delivers food. Now it's gift cards. Before COVID, we actually packed food and delivered it to families, and it's the food that they take not just at school, but they take it home for the weekends as well. So we know that they're getting nutritious food with their families.
Brenda, whereabouts are you, is your Rotary Club?
Sorry, we're in Waterdown, which is part of Hamilton.
Oh, so yeah, we would probably support the same Food for Kids program.
Where are you?
Hamilton, Hamilton, Rotary Club of Hamilton, right downtown.
Yeah, and okay, yeah, so it would be the same one, and we have about 3 or 4 schools here in Waterdown. Obviously, Waterdown's a little bit different demographic than Hamilton.
Right.
But when we started, I think there were like about 12 kids in one school, and now we've expanded to the high school and different elementary schools. And there's about 30 families that need help now, so it's tripled almost since we started. And it's also helped us identify people. So we also did a diaper drive, so provided diapers and baby things as well. So it's kind of blossomed. It's been an ongoing thing, and yeah, so we've been doing that probably for about 10 years now. So it's been ongoing, but that's one of my favorite ones. And when we say it's for Food for Kids, people are very supportive of it, and they kind of associate us with the Food for Kids program here in town. So it's all good. And then we're going to pack, and they do have a hands-on day. So we're going to pack next week, April 5th, 2 weeks from now. So they have a packing day. So they do have a hands-on aspect to it. So
are you moving back from gift cards back to delivering actual backpacks again?
I don't think so. They do some packing down in, I guess, in the city. Daryl is our youth service person who's also on community service. We kind of overlap all over the place, but he's coordinating it. So they do some packing, and it's just we have to go and help it, as part of the collective whole. So, but as far as I know, here in Waterdown, it's just gift cards at this point.
It's a great program.
That was,
Our
that's
club has supported Food for Kids, for a long time.
Yeah, we had way like pre-COVID, we did a community brunch And we're trying to figure out how to get back to that, because it really, it was, we had the local restaurants donate dishes. We would serve up a big brunch and it was donation only, whatever you would give. And once we got people there, it was great exposure for us. And it explained to people, we could explain what Food for Kids is, what Rotary is. And once we did, like, we thought, oh, people are going to come in and throw $5 or something for these great, and they were great. It was a great meal. But by the time we got them to pay on the way out, and by that time they're paying like $20, $30, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Fabulous.
really, yeah, it was a really good program. So we're trying to figure out how to get back to something like that, because of course now all our contacts are gone, restaurants are not in the same position anymore. So we're trying to reimagine that, but it was a really good model, and we're still involved with Food for Kids, but we haven't got the fundraising part back in place that we had going before. So
I think that's the hardest thing is getting back to your fundraising that you had prior to COVID. You know,
for sure.
I mean, we used to do breakfast with the bunny and a meat raffle, which we're trying to get back into the meat raffle to raise the money for the Warm the Children. But we also depend a lot on, we have donors that have donated every year for that. My company actually did a donation this year, a large size donation. So we seem to be receiving the funds through that, as opposed to having to do what we were doing prior.
Mm.
You know, so I mean, that's just a food for thought. We had Home Depot donated $1,000 a couple of years ago. Our person that runs the Warm the Children really sends out a lot of letters and applies for different grants. There is a grant for the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills has a grant, I think. But she does a lot of writing to these companies for grants.
We just started that letters, because like RBC here in Canada, the bank, and like Walmart, they all have community funds to give, right? So we've just started a letter writing campaign to focus on these sponsorships. So I think you're right. Absolutely, that's where the money is to be found for these.
Really good advice, actually, for everybody to think about, is those larger corporations that do have those funds that they have to donate them somewhere. They've got that pot of money, and if you don't ask for it, you don't get. So it's a good opportunity. And what we found in our club over the last few years through COVID was that our fundraisers did well, but our community service projects, our hands-on things, seemed to somewhat disappear. No one wanted to get together, of course. No one could get together in many instances. So other than, you know, dropping off, for example, food or something like that on doorsteps, literally, a lot of our regular hands-on projects went away. Whereas, you know, we brought some of our fundraising, like our Catch the Ace online, and that thankfully helped bring funds in that we were able to donate. But it wasn't the same when you're just doing fundraising versus doing the community service. A lot of people who are involved in community service or who are involved in Rotary love Rotary because of those hands-on projects that you do. That brings meaning, which you can't seem to, I don't think it's the same level of meaning when you just cut a check or you know, buy a ticket. Versus actually going out there and doing the hands-on work, which, you know, why we're all chairs of our community service, our community service groups, because of how passionate we are about doing stuff in the community. So.
At one of our that we just started was the Food to Farms to Family, and one of our eldest members, I should say, he took this on for himself and did it for about 10 years and came to the club and said, I have a proposition for you, because he wanted this program to last because he believed in it so much. he had gone to the local farmers in our area and said, what are you doing with the produce you can't sell at the store? You know, it's still good produce, but it just may have like a dent in it, or it didn't develop correctly, or
Hi, Ruth.
Hey,
Going back.
well, I was in the middle of talking and I was trying to get rid of whatever was in the middle of my screen, and I guess
You're
I
back.
left.
Here you are.
Oops.
No problem at all. Here comes everybody.
There they are. I messed up. I was trying to get rid of whatever that was in the middle of my screen, and I left the breakout.
You had us, you know, you had us mesmerized, and then you left.
Then I disappeared. But no, so there's like 50 different organizations and businesses that are partners that are
That's such a
have
cool,
committed. Yeah.
excellent idea to have that kind of commitment from all those organizations to work in your community. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, here's everybody coming back pretty quickly. I think we have almost everybody back. A couple more minutes or a couple more seconds. All right, looks like everyone's back. So
We're back.
raise of hands, who feels that was a valuable thing to do, to learn from each other?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so virtually everybody, which is awesome. Is this something that you'd like to do on a regular basis? I'm gonna bring up a poll here, and I'll just launch this poll. So if you guys can all, I don't know, could you see the poll up there? Okay, if you can answer it, just get an idea of how often and where you'd like to meet. Okay, so with almost everybody well, there we got 100% participating. It looks like the majority would like to meet quarterly via Zoom. So we can definitely set that up, but once per season, we'll all get together and do basically this and have hopefully more and more participation. And I think it would be a lot of fun, maybe once a year to get together, maybe in the summertime, maybe at a nice park near the border so that we can all get together and have a nice gathering where we could talk about our various projects, learn from each other, and certainly have a good time just meeting with each other, a little bit of fellowship as well. This year, the opportunity is going to be very, very soon on the 15th of April, coming up really soon at District Conference. So hopefully a whole bunch of you folks who are participating here will be more than excited about getting together and learning from each other and mentoring each other and showcasing what you guys have done and what you should be so proud about at your clubs. Finally, before we head off, this is going to be a regular session. I think what we're going to do is come up with a theme for each one of these sessions. Perhaps the next one will be on how to promote your projects to the community and how you're doing a good job getting the good word out of what you do, because a lot of people have said Rotary is the best kept secret, and we don't need this to be a secret. We need this to be out there. So the one question I have of you beyond getting together quarterly is, would you be interested in something along the lines of a private Facebook group? Whether it's Facebook or another social media or, or software where we can regularly post questions to each other, some type of forum, and they get answers from other community service chairs. Is that something you'd be interested in if I set that up, or not really? Show of hands, who would be interested in something like that? Okay, so we got a good number. So maybe what I'll do is I will in the next week or so do a little bit of research and set that up. If you'd like to participate, if you feel it'll be valuable, by all means, please jump aboard. I'll make sure that everybody gets an email with a link to the forum, and it'll be a place to share ideas on an ongoing basis and ask questions. And those times when you're trying to put together a project and you're just hitting your head against the wall for some reason or another, you can put that question out to the group, and maybe somebody else has been through the same scenario and they would have an answer for you. So I'm glad everyone was here tonight. We are finishing about 5 minutes early. It's often, well, it's awesome when you finish early instead of late. So, oops, what's this? So if anybody has any more questions or comments to make before we call it a night.
I just have one thing really quick. That Facebook page, we can also just put on there what our club is doing, because I got so many good ideas from the people who spoke this evening, things that we had never thought of doing. And if we could just say, we're doing an underwear drive for the homeless or something.
You bet. It's a great opportunity to brag about your what you're up to. So, and Dave loves that term brag. It's a favorite thing. Dave Alexander.
Thanks. Actually, I think Dave Nicol was.
Was he first? I'm sorry. Let's see. I'm good. I'm whoever would like to go first. Dave Nicol, Dave Alexander.
Just a comment. I'm not a Facebooker, so if it was an email type of format, just the way you contacted us, Phil, where we could share best practices and ask questions, that would work for me. I know there's people in our club that use Facebook, but as a chair of our committee, I don't.
Sure, no, I understood. I don't know if we could have a sort of repository of information going back and forth like that with email. I'm not sure, unless Dave Alexander knows.
Well, many of you and your clubs are involved in the Great Lakes Watershed Cleanup, and on the district site is the resource center for that. So it's about 4 tabs in, but we could do the same thing for this committee. Well, this committee does actually have a page, but we can make it more detailed so for example, we could put up links to people's projects. We can put up any kind of tools. So if anybody has let's say a really good grant application for the community, Mike was saying that in our breakout, we can put up some examples for applications, or like a score sheet for applications, that kind of thing. So we can use the district site as the repository for the information, and we can just use an email just to say the page has been updated, and even like the agenda for tonight's meeting, we can post it up, as well as the link to this video.
As someone who uses Facebook quite often, I like the Facebook idea. For those of us that would like to use that and use the Rotary site, I think it would be good to have both of those as a means of communication and seeing what's going on. At least with Facebook, you can share pictures of things that you're doing, or you can share posters or advertising ideas, things like that. Just as a food for thought.
Thanks. Any other final comments? All right, well, sorry, Dave Nicol.
Yeah, sorry to ask again. I'm not going to be able to join the conference. I'll actually be in Africa next month. So, but I know there'll be some members from our club will be there, including our president, Louise Shabesh. And would it be practical just for me to put together a little summary of some of the things I talked about today on behalf of our club that she could share when she comes to the meeting, if there is a community service booth or table, a generic one where she could just share some best ideas, or do you have to be there?
No, absolutely. It would be great to have, whoever from your club represented. A lot of the clubs, you're a community service chair, but there's a whole community service team in many clubs where you have like 4 or 5 other people on your community service committee. So, if it could be somebody else from your committee, could be your president, could be, whoever from your club can come and set up a table and have the chat. Absolutely. Dave Alexander.
So with regards to that, you can set up a tabletop display, just like a high school project that you did a long time ago. Or you can do a poster that we can put up on the wall. You may have some materials with a project or two that you're doing that and photographs you want to be able to include as part of the tabletop display. So you'll get a bit of real estate to be creative and put something together that helps you brag about what your club is doing to doing with your community and to other Rotarians that want to swing by. And so, Dave, if you want to put that together, and then other people on your committee or in your club, they can roll that out for you.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thanks, David. All right. Well, that being said, it is 8:01, so I will let everyone get on with their evening. Thank you so much for showing up to this event tonight. Look forward to seeing you all again in a few months. And hopefully some of you at the 15th at District Conference. Take care, one and
Adios.
all.
Thank
Yep,
you.
thank you. Thank you, Phil.